How is it going, everybody? Welcome back to That One Conservative Show, hosted by me, That One Conservative Guy. And in this episode, we are going to be talking about something that you guys kind of see a lot. I reference it a lot. And we need to start seeing some more attention brought to this, because there's not a lot of attention brought to it. That topic is the Young Conservative Movement. I have it in my bio. I mention it in my podcast, I mention it in my post, I mention it a lot, and I really do feel like it needs to get more attention. I feel like the media isn't giving enough attention to this young conservative movement that is brewing up, and I believe we are going to see it in November of 2020, and we're going to be seeing it a lot afterward. I believe a lot of people, like even Fox News and stuff like that, they don't shine enough light on this young conservative movement. So it is one of my things to help grow it, and I really want to bring some attention to it because I feel like we cannot miss out on this. I mean, we're doing it, but a lot of people just aren't looking at the numbers, and they're not looking at the facts, and they're completely overlooking this. So it's a movement, it's not like a movement that you would see on the street. It's not a movement you're going to see, a march on Washington. You're not going to see any of that. But what you will see is all across social media and the country and the way young people are thinking. We're talking about, young millennials, late 90s, born early 2000s type Gen Z, everything else like that. So, and we already know that according to some studies, Gen Z said, or it was in some study, I can't remember the exact study, but it was quite a few studies, Gen Z was projected to be a lot more conservative than the millennials. Well, here is some numbers just to throw around, for you to just get that idea of it. So first, we're going to take a look at voter registration. Of course, the majority of this movement is on social media, but I want to go ahead and look at voter registration. So, according to governing.com, more people are registering as Republicans than Democrats in states with governor elections in 2020, including battleground states. So, Kentucky and Louisiana are just, here's an example, Republicans' registration has increased, while Democratic registration has decreased. That's a huge example there. It's obviously noticeable enough where people have taken note of it. Florida and Pennsylvania, two huge battleground states. Republicans are outperforming Democrats in voter registration by a huge margin. So I think that is a huge thing that we are definitely overlooking, and a lot of people are overlooking. They're not looking at the numbers of people registering to vote. These are the people, we're seeing record number of people register as Republicans and everything like that. People aren't looking at this data, and all of these people are going to go and they're going to vote in November, and I think a lot of people are just overlooking this huge surge in people registering as Republican. So we're going to go and kind of swing into the social media portion of this podcast, mini podcasts as I call them, because they're not really long. They're not like an hour or whatever. I try to keep them less than 10 minutes. So, obviously the two most used social media apps for Gen Z and young millennials, I truly do believe it, and I looked it up too, and data supports this. The two most used social media apps, with the influencers and everything on it, is Instagram and TikTok. You might kind of be surprised Snapchat's on there. I was kind of surprised too, but it's Instagram and TikTok. So that actually, those two things, Instagram and TikTok, that is where a lot of the conservative growth is happening. TikTok primarily, as right now, we see a ton of conservative pages and groups. We see people such as Lance videos, Nick videos, I could keep going on, name a bunch of them, Republican Hype House, etc. Now, my previous mini podcast was about Nick videos. So, and we won't get in that situation, but I highly recommend you go and watch the last podcast. That is when we talked about that situation. But those two are some great examples of some huge influencers, and Republican Hype House is a great group. But anyway, what to get focused on is the actual content that is being put out in as a whole, with and the view counts and everything else. So the hashtag Trump 2020 on TikTok has 2.1 billion with a B views, while Biden 2020 hashtag Biden 2020 only has 24.9 million with an M views. Bernie 2020 only has hashtag Bernie 2020 was 529.4 million. So if we combine those two numbers together of Bernie and Joe Biden, Trump's has nearly 4 times Bernie and Joe's total combined. So Bernie is out of the race, so we shouldn't even count Bernie anymore. This is just Biden. We're basically comparing 2.1 billion to 24.9 million. So this is a huge margin right there. We're seeing how much content and how many views are being viewed under the hashtag Trump 2020 compared to Joe Biden. 2.1 billion to 24.9 million. That's a huge difference. And like I said, you combine Trump and Biden and Bernie's total views, and Trump still has 4 times the amount of Bernie and Joe combined. Think about that. Hashtag Republican has 404.9 million views, while the hashtag Democrat has 240.4 million. So that is not quite double the amount, but it is pretty close to it. So Republican has the hashtag Republican has doubled the amount of views, close to, as Democrat. And so that's another interesting little statistics there. Keep that in mind. So we're gonna go ahead and move to Instagram. Instagram has 1.3 million recent posts regarding hashtag Trump. 1.3 million recent posts regarding hashtag Trump 2020. That is huge, because also too, real quick, make sure you go follow my Instagram page. That is where my primary source is for all my content and my page and everything. It's if you're looking it up, it's that one conservative guy _. That's the username, but it's that one conservative guy. So make sure you guys go follow and like the posts. Anyway, so we're gonna get back to this. I want to get back to this. Hashtag Biden 2020 only has 41,000 recent posts compared to 1.3 million regarding Trump 2020. These are recent posts. Bernie 2020 only had 305 recent posts. 305,000, recent posts. So still, if you combine Bernie and Biden, they come nowhere near Trump. I mean, if you combine Bernie and Biden, Trump still has 1 million more posts regarding Trump 2020. Very interesting. If you look at the hashtags for each candidate, Trump has nothing but, hashtags such as Trump 2020 landslide, Trump 2020 with the American flag, and positive messages. You don't see anything negative. Unless you scroll down a little bit and then you start seeing some more negative stuff. But when you first type in, the trending ones for Trump are positive ones. Biden, on the other hand, with the hashtag Biden 2020, we see different hashtags such as Biden 2020 sad face, Biden 2020 for the memes, Biden 2020 middle finger, Biden 2020 predator, and stuff like that. We see things like that are not good for Biden. So we're seeing this huge surge. I threw a lot of numbers at you today in today's podcast. I threw a lot of numbers at you, a lot of statistics, but these are true numbers. I got them earlier, so they might not be accurate if you look them up now, like on TikTok and Instagram. But these are true numbers. These are factual numbers. You can't debate these. These are real numbers. You can't deny that there is a conservative movement going on right now on social media. The numbers are not lying. What I see, what I am noticing, that I'm noticing there is a huge movement going on. We need to start shedding some light, and we need to start giving this young conservative movement some attention, because this is huge. This is going to be huge. Guys, I want to thank you so much for watching the second episode of that one conservative show, that little mini podcast here. So guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you guys want to see another episode, and I'll catch you guys all later. Goodbye.